All right, so a little bit of a different environment, as you can see. Just got off work. It is baking outside, and today's going to be legs. One thing that's going to be interesting is my upper back is definitely fatigued from back day. I had a really good back day yesterday with my buddy James, and I'm just kind of tired from that, and that might affect my front squats. And I was debating doing back squats, but I've decided against it. I don't think I'm going to mess with them until after my show, once I'm a little more fed. And we'll see if I continue to do more so front squats than regular squats, because I need to progress my strength, because to me, I believe strength gains do correlate to larger muscles. I think it's not a 1-to-1 correlation, but I do believe, in fact, that getting stronger is going to help me build bigger and more defined muscle. And the sad thing is, I would say that my legs have become kind of a lacking point in my physique. I think that's the truth, and it sucks. I used to be squatting, 2 plates plus. I was working towards 3 plates. Now I'm down to, 115 on front squats for 6 reps. I'm being very careful, not pushing as hard. And obviously, that's my compound lift. And eventually I might even get rid of it, because, I think a lot of us have seen, the Sam Sulek Shredathon vlogs. And he got to the point where he'd be doing hamstring curls, quad extensions, sissy squats right next to the quad extensions. And that was all he'd do, at least on camera, of course. And I think there's some merit to being so far in a calorie deficit and doing so much cardio, being so depleted of sorts, that you gotta scale back. Now that might happen, especially with my injury history, but it's tough, because I'm also deciding between classic and men's physique. On the one hand, I love classic more, right? And, that's what I watch. That and open are the two I watch the most and look up to the most. But men's physique might be the option, just because I'm not as big, and I don't know that I have the legs for classic physique just yet, especially since I'm about to go into the 160s. So we'll just have to see. Hopefully today I'll be able to get more videos. If not, that sucks. But I'm trying to get more of my workout recorded, specifically because, I'm realizing I want to be able to look back on this and say, wow, I was doing this, and you see other guys do it, and they got all these sets. I only record 1 or 2, I don't want to, get other people in it, and want to be respectful, but hopefully I can find a workaround. Obviously I've gotten a decent amount, but I want to start recording closer to 50+% of my workouts. Not just for, obviously, to show you I am working out, but to also show myself what I was doing. And so I can look back and say, wow, I was doing this. That's crazy, because I can obviously see the definition differences, but it's just my personal preference. So legs are on the menu. Legs, abs, maybe a little forearms and shoulders, and then we'll see what happens after. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and let's hope it's a good one.
weight of your body, not your foot, not your hand.
Well, leg day is done. Ended up doing front squats, hamstring curls, quad extensions, rope crunches, and more crunches. And then a burnout set of forearms, which we're going to do more forearms and shoulders tomorrow, but it wasn't a bad workout. Obviously, I only got to record 2 sets. That sucks. But, hopefully I can do that a little more. I'm at the point where, I am not in the gym parking lot anymore. I'm in the Walmart parking lot. And I've got Robert's wise words to live by today. Don't be a jerk. Put your cart up. Put it in the little cart stall. Don't leave it in the parking lot. Because, those cart pushing dudes, they don't got it easy. Coming out in 110 degree weather, having to push stuff around, least we can do is walk our fat asses, 10 feet and put the cart back in the stall so they don't have to walk as far. They brave those harsh conditions so we don't have to get our carts ourselves. So that's my wise words to live by. But speaking of grocery trips, this was a small one. I got a thing of Great Value turkey breast, some lettuce, and some pita bread. And my proteins are always stocked. Carbs are decently stocked, get sweet potatoes, pita bread, a few things of little stuff here. Same with fats. I've been getting the Great Value guacamole cups so I can have some avocado without actually having to figure out if an avocado is ripe or not. I'll never figure that out. So it's just convenient for me. But ultimately, something I've been doing is, 1, I've been eating before I go to the store, going to the gym before I go to the store, and 2, not stocking the shit out of my fridge or my pantry. Specifically because if I were to stock it, too full, there is a chance, you never hear a guy overeat on pita bread. You never hear a guy overeat on, healthy stuff generally. But, I don't like to take the chance. I don't really have snacks in my apartment. I don't, my buddy does, but not me. I don't do that because I'm not going to let temptation get the best of me. And something weird is somebody's parked behind me and has now blocked me in, so if I die here, that sucks. Okay, no, they're just letting somebody out. Cool. But, as I was saying, keep the grocery hauls to a minimum on a cut. We want to buy in bulk when we're on the bulk. We want to actually be in decent shape. Okay, well, that's weird, but okay, we're cool. But ultimately, we want to keep the grocery trips to a minimum and the food to a minimum so we don't have the opportunity to cheat. I don't want to be, I'm not saying I would be the first guy to ever overeat on pita bread, but it's not without the realm of possibility. If I were to eat the whole thing, though, it's only 360 calories for 6 things, so it's not awful. But the point being, willpower is a great thing to have, but we don't want to put ourselves in situations where we need the willpower. The less situations we need to have a lot of willpower, if we don't put the honey buns in our apartment, or the cookies, or the candies, the cakes, chips, fries, whatever, you don't put it in your place of living, the temptation's way less, But, decent day, got one more cardio session left, and hopefully tomorrow with arms I can get a little more, sets recorded. That's the hope. But it was a good workout. 7 weeks out, working my ass off. Hopefully I can put a good product out there. So, you guys have a wonderful day. Eat your protein, have a good workout, drink your water, and I will see you guys tomorrow for arms, which is biceps and triceps. So stay cool out there. Have a nice day.